Hey folks, I hope you're taking good care of yourself today. Are you looking for ways to fill up your crafting bag and make some decent gold? Then you've come to the right place. In Best Farming Spot Ever, we will test various farming spots, evaluate and rate them on our quest to find the best farming spot ever. Instead of picking an entire zone, we will be focusing on small contained areas within zones to provide consistency and replicability.
Try this at home. Mom.
We will focus on this selection of materials as they are the most interesting and as an attempt to keep it concise. We will be running in a full speed build and naturally have the necessary champion point perks as well. That sound interesting? This is episode
4
of Best Farming Spot Ever. Bal Foyen is a zone I've been dreading to cover ever since we started this format. Within the community, Bal Foyen is a farming favorite, but I believe it is way too overfarmed and overrun, making it almost impossible to gather decent results. To answer if my prejudice will hold true or if Bal Foyen grabs the new rank 1 spot will be today's mission and best farming spot ever. Bal Foyen is one of the starter islands. You will find it here hidden between Stonefalls and the Telvanni Peninsula. As far as the size on the map goes, it seems to be the smallest of the starter islands, but the actual size of zones isn't necessarily represented by the size on the map. I once again have 3 routes in store for you today, and just like in previous episodes, all routes have been tested for 30 minutes and extrapolated to 60 minutes to reflect farming for an hour. And without saying too much, Bal Foyen is the worst best zone ever, but yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The first route I prepped for you today does contradict a recommendation I usually stand by, as this route features heavy backtracking. It covers 2 resource node hotspots and we'll give it the name Harvest Hubris. The Foyen feed is a route in the west, hugging the western mountain range and grabbing resources towards the center of the zone. And lastly, as usual, a control route that didn't follow a path whatsoever with the uncreative name Trolley Tour. Have a look at my harvest map pins to establish a route for yourself. It does look pretty spotty, but that's just the nature of Bal Foyen, which made it a tad trickier to find a good loop. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get to the race and my initial thoughts. The resource density in parts is the highest I have ever seen anywhere in ESO. We already know that starter islands have high resource densities, but Bal Foyen just takes the cake. On top of that, the respawn is incredibly fast. It's crazy, honestly. But as I have hinted before, it is a very well-known farming spot, and there is plenty of competition almost at any time of day. A plus, however, is that mobs can usually be completely avoided, and it is very satisfying to farm when you don't have any competition, which is kinda rare. Alright, getting to the results, one quick thing I'd like to mention is that while I said Bal Foyen is characterized by fierce competition, my tests have been conducted with only very light competition in order to provide reasonable results. I can't promise perfect conditions for every zone I'm testing, but I will call it out if something out of the ordinary is at play. Alright, the Harvest Hubris unfortunately gets a 0 out of 3 for alchemy, with both Columbine and Violet Copernus netting us 0 units. That seems to be unfortunate because there actually are flower and mushroom nodes along the way, so your mileage hopefully varies. Woodworking earns 3 out of 3 with 576 rough ruby ash and 90 hardwood. Enchanting earns a mere 1 out of 3 with 18 ta and 18 mundane runes, whereas rubedite and platinum receive a deserved 3 out of 3 with 1120 and 592 respectively, beating Strosmikai with a hair and making this spot, as of right now, the best spot to farm rubedite and platinum ever. Ancestor Silk takes the cake as well, with 518 raw Ancestor Silk earning 3 out of 3 points as well and making it the best result for Ancestor Silk as well, beating Betnik from last week. The Foyen feat earns a 2 out of 3 for Alchemy. Woodworking receives a 2 out of 3 as well, with 446 rough ruby ash and 72 hardwood. Enchanting for the first time ever receives a 3 out of 3 with 2 Kuta, 96 tasks, 98 mundane roots. Both ore and silk earn a 2 out of 3 with very solid results. It feels a bit wrong to only give 2 out of 3 for 764 rubedite ore and 458 platinum dust, but when we have routes surpassing 1000, it's what I have to do. And lastly, our trolley tour finally nets us some results that you'd expect from a control route. 14 Columbine and 6 Violet Copernus earn 1 out of 3. 358 rough ruby ash and 56 hardwood earn a lower end 2 out of 3. Enchanting again earns a 3 out of 3 with 102 ta and 96 mundane runes. Ore and Ancestor Silk will receive lower end 2 out of 3s as well. As for competition, you can probably already guess my score. Bal Foyen receives a 0 out of 3 for competition.
Take that, you shit!
This zone is overfarmed almost every time of day, making undisrupted farming windows very brief and generally result in a frustrating experience. With that said, it pains me to say it, but both proper farming routes end up with outstanding results. The Harvest Hubris earns a total of 20,252 points. And with even more pain, I have to announce the Foyen feat as our newest rank 1 spot for the best farming spot ever. With 21,362 points, it beats out the record holder Betnik from last week by a mere 78 points. The trolley tour with 16,124 points seems to be not worth it at first, but keep in mind that Kanathi's Roost with 4 tested routes only had 1 route that beats the control group of Bal Foyen. That means for Foyen feat, when only covering the track materials, you can expect 199,084 gold an hour as for TTC PC EU prices for May 20th, 2025. That's quite a jump despite the mere 78 points difference, but that's due to some price changes in the market. Luckily, we have the point system to mitigate false rankings. Quick reminder again, your gains will be higher than this, since you will receive more materials than what I've been able to track for this format. Having a look at our leaderboard, we see the aforementioned Foyen feat make it to rank 1. The Harvest Hubris ranks at number 4 and the Trolley Tour makes it to rank 8. Next week we will be covering Bleakrock Isle and with that finish up on the starter islands. I have already gathered the necessary data and I can tell you here and now, the results are very surprising. Surely you don't want to miss that, so subscribe to catch the next episode next week. After that, I plan to go into High Isle with a special episode with Clam Gals, so we will see how that turns out. So what are your thoughts on Bal Foyen? Do you feel enticed to check it out for yourself, or does the fierce competition repel you? Let me know in the comments down below. If you made it this far, I appreciate you to death and you might as well give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't enjoy it. Feedback is appreciated. And if you like my stuff a lot, consider becoming a member of the channel to support me directly. And with that, I leave you with, I hope you have a great day, I hope you have an awesome day, you take care of yourself, and I will see you next time.